Rachel Holt for Nesson.com. Welcome to our Fantasy Football Podcast. Week 1 of the NFL season just wrapped up. Many surprises, many disappointments. If you watched that Rams 49ers games, we're sorry, that was terrible. We're joined by Ryan Fowler of Fox Sports. Ryan, thanks for joining us.
You got it.
All right, first off, let's talk surprises in week 1. Who are the big breakthrough performers that everyone wanted on their fantasy team?
Yeah, I mean, surprises and wanted on their fantasy team, I think, are two different conversations. But I will say this. If you want to say one of the guys that you wanted on your team that surprised, I think it was Lamar Miller's workload. I mean, the guy touched the ball 32 times for the Houston Texans, and the big knock on Miller last year wasn't so much about Miller's production, it was how the Miami Dolphins used him. I mean, there were games where he wouldn't touch the ball 15 times, despite showing some progress and production and consistent production. They just went away from him, including that London game where he had a monster first half, and then they benched him the second half, or basically didn't go back to him. So 32 touches against the Bears, you can take it for what it is. He didn't get in the end zone, so be it. But 32 touches, 117 yards, we'll take that any day of the week. Now, surprises that guys that had lower ADPs, average draft positions, I start with Tajae Sharpe. I mean, the guy was on the field 64 of 67 offensive plays for the Titans. And yeah, he didn't fall in the end zone. Tough matchup against Minnesota. Minnesota did score those 2 defensive touchdowns, but Tajae Sharpe was available in over 80% of leagues on Fox Sports. He goes out there and is a PPR machine, much like Jarvis Landry. So now we have to see if Tajae Sharpe can fall in the end zone, because if you get the PPR production and the amount of targets he's seeing and fall in the end zone every other week or every week, he's one of those guys that I think is going to be a breakthrough player, along with, and some people drafted him. I thought his ownership percentage was a little bit higher than what I expected it to be. Willie Snead of the New Orleans Saints. You know, Snead had some good games with Drew Brees last year, but I think the breakout that he had against the Raiders was a little bit hard to believe. I mean, 170 plus yards plus the touchdown. Willie Snead was one of those guys drafted off of boards in the 9th, 10th, 11th rounds. And we know what Brandon Cooks can do. He had a great game. Michael Thomas, the rookie who could be Marquez Colston 2.0. He had a good game. He caught all the balls thrown to him. So the one guy that was on the outside looking in was Kobe Fleener, the tight end, but his time will come. But Willie Snead, Tajae Sharpe, really impressive week 1s for fantasy owners.